All right, we're going to take a little pause for a second so me and Chris can tell you about Anchor by Spotify.
Only the easiest way to make a podcast. You got everything you need all in one place.
Anchor has all of the tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer.
Also, hosting on Anchor, you can distribute your podcast to all sorts of listening platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many, many more.
So it really is everything you need to make a podcast all in one place.
And best of all, you're going to be surprised when you hear this. Anchor is totally free.
When we first got started, we paid for platforms to host our show that were not nearly as good and functional even as Anchor is. If you want to start your own podcast, then by all means, you should download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started today. Break yourself, fool! Are we recording?
Yes. It shouldn't be break yourself, should be wake yourself up, fool, because it's another episode of Shotcast Saturdays.
Hey! What you
Yes.
guys up to? It's Saturday morning. You ain't got
It's the
shit.
motherfucking weekend.
I know, right? We're in this the second week of November or the first week of November? When are we airing?
I don't know. It will air in 2020. I know that.
Yeah, we'll air this. When you hear it, it's gonna be when it's aired. So
This will probably be. I'm hoping we're gonna get this right after the Right Next Door to Hell episode.
all right, there we go. Right next door to hell.
There you go.
What's
So-
the episode we love? That makes sense because that's the last one we taped.
Yeah. So that was a pretty good episode. And this is always it's another good Shotcast Saturday because we're going right back into some Adler side shit. Our track for this episode of Shotcast Saturday is called Dead Wrong, and we'll see if it's a good song or not.
Yeah, you're dead right about that. So let's hit play and let's check out the damn song. Let's play the damn
Yeah.
song.
I was gonna say the last Adler song we did way back in May was not that good. Let's hope this one's a little bit better.
Yeah, well, that was Adler's Appetite. This is just Adler.
Yes.
So, not that matters. A different band.
Yeah. This is from their only studio album, Back from the Dead.
That's right. And the version I'm looking at on YouTube only has 29 views. So odds are, if you're listening to this podcast, you're a fan of our show and you've never actually heard the song. So we're going to show you something new.
Yeah.
Let's check it out. So what if you can say the darker side of me? You remember that song?
Oh my god, it sounds like 3 Days Grace already.
Yeah, Chris, you're dead wrong. This doesn't sound anything like 3 Days Grace.
It's slightly.
Yeah, I hear the resemblance, though.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they have nothing to prove 'cause they have nothing to show. They tell you that you couldn't when you knew that you could. You told me I was bad, but you're the one that's no good. You did wrong. I was right to let you go. 'Cause I'm better off on my own. I'm alright and I'm moving on. You were dead wrong.
Okay, I'm not hating it so far. It's definitely what year did this come out? 2010.
2012.
Okay. Oh, it's got that time period sound to it.
Yeah, I was gonna say this definitely sounds like all of rock music in 2012, or like in the last 5 years before that. I don't know. It just, to me, like right now, it's like it's all right, but it just sounds like everything else at the time.
Yeah, it's very mainstream sounding.
Mhm.
Dead wrong. All I ever wanted was for you to believe. I'll tell you what you want, but you can't take it from me. Talking too much, you're
At least the chorus comes in and like it's pretty jamming.
Oh yeah, I'll give you that.
Okay, I didn't hate the guitar solo either.
Yeah, it was okay. It was passable. I'll give you that.
Do you know who this is in the band playing
Like
guitar?
the band.
Yeah.
Well, sooner. So obviously Steven Adler on drums. You got Jacob Bunton on lead vocals. Lonnie Paul, Lonny. I'm gonna say it's Lonnie Paul on guitar, and you have
Lonnie
Johnny
Paul.
Martin on bass. Yeah,
Lonnie Paul is a very Jersey Shore-ish name.
yeah,
Cool.
definitely. Yeah, so that was the band Adler, I guess, for this album.
Yeah. I've seen them before. They kind of look very gothy, Black Veil Brides-ish in a way. And then you got Steven Adler. So he stands out in this band like a sore
I'm
thumb.
still alive, guys. I'm playing drums. I'm still here. Remember Appetite for Destruction? I was on that album.
This isn't it. All right, let's keep going. What if you could sing? Oh. It's even got the breakdown from that song.
A little bit, yeah, like the drums and the bass.
Yeah.
The bass heavily.
I want to point out the name of this album is Back from the Dead.
Yeah.
Not the real me. Somebody help me check. All right, there we go. Dead Wrong. Or that one song by that band that you said whose name I already has escaped me.
3 Days Grace.
3 Days Grace, yeah. Ratings. What you think? Or you want me to go first?
No, I'll take the reins here on this one. It's all right. It's not like anything that's like so like different and out there. I feel like now with a lot of like now that we're like actually starting to get a little more into like the Steven Adler side of his like discography, to me it just is like sounding like he doesn't have any like sort of like unique difference, you know. At least when you listen to an Izzy track, you know it's Izzy because it's very much Stone's influence and it's very 4x4 kind of like measurement there. You know, Slash, you know, it's always some like catchy fucking riff with him. Duff, who knows anymore with his stuff. I don't know. He went from being a wannabe punk star to being like some wannabe social activist now. But with Adler, just to me, like it sounds like he's just like riding like the trend here. Like this song literally sounds like every other like mainstream rock song that you would hear like on Sirius XM, like on a fucking random rock channel on Sirius XM in like 2012.
Yeah.
This sounds like something you would hear like on Octane randomly.
I don't listen to that, Steve.
Yeah, the odd time if they have a good song, I'll listen to it. But like, yeah, that's just like stuff you would hear like in 2012. But it's not bad. Like, not saying that. It's just like it doesn't like do anything else for me. Like in a like that sort of sense. It's just a lot like everything else. And for that, I'm probably just gonna give it like right down the middle here, a 2.5 out of 5.
Uh, I'm personally going to give it points for being better than the last one we heard.
Oh,
Uh,
definitely. That was like a 1 at like best. I think we gave that one.
I don't remember what we gave that. After I rate these on the show, I never fucking remember. So don't.
And say we have to go back and listen to all our shit again. That's a whole nother thing. It was a low rating. I know it wasn't good.
Well, we'll let somebody out there do. Hey, if you guys want a shout out on our show, you go do that
Yeah.
and message
I was
us the
gonna,
results.
I was gonna say we know it wasn't good because I haven't listened to it since.
Yeah. I don't think it's a channel changer. I would listen to it again, I guess.
Mhm.
Um, I mean, it's like you said, it's nothing. It's very much a sign of the times that it was made, which by now is on its way to being classic rock. I mean, we all remember
Yeah,
that
I'd give it
era.
10 years.
Yeah, I don't think it, which is not a long time, believe it or not, it is
Mhm.
not a long fucking time. Anyway, uh, it's not very memorable. I mean, you said everything I was gonna say anyway. Um, but it's not horrible either. I mean,
Mhm.
but I mean, yeah, I can say that yeah, it was made in 2012, and it was definitely following the trends. But I mean, goddamn, Paradise City was made in 2000 or in 1980 what 6, and that
Yeah,
shit was
86,
following
87.
the same trends back then. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, so I mean, it ain't like that's anything new. I mean, I can't really hold too much against him for wanting to appeal to the people that are buying the music uh when this came out. So give it a 3 and be done with it.
Oh, okay. Well, a little more generous than I was, but.
Well, 2.5 is right dead in the middle.
Mhm.
Um I mean, it does. It's not one of those songs. I will say, it's not one of those songs that gives me any kind of feeling, and so yeah, it doesn't really get any points for that. I'm giving it a slight bonus for being better than the last shit he did, which means he's
Yeah,
learning.
slightly.
So there's that. And I do like one song from that album, and it's gonna have the same uh, criticism about sounding like everything else from that period. I think, you know what? Fuck that. 2.5 because I've got to take off points for sounding exactly like that other song. For
That
being
sounded
that other.
exactly like 3 Days Grace.
Yeah. Like it was, that intro was like note for note the 3 Days Grace intro.
Oh, dude, that
Like,
whole bass was like ripped off from that song. I was gonna say if 3 Days Grace heard this, they could fucking take him to court.
probably. Yeah. Like that, like those people that sued Led Zeppelin over
Yeah,
Stairway.
like anyone who sued Led Zeppelin.
Well, there you go. What do you guys think? Let us know by heading over to Discord and tell us your opinion of the
Yeah, man.
song.
Discord, on our Twitter or Instagram at Guns and Radio Pod. Also on our Facebook at Guns and Radio Pod. Or shoot us an email at gunsandradiopod@gmail.com. And we may read out some of your emails on the next episode.
And if any of that is too hard for you to remember, all you got to do is go over to gunsandradio.com where we got links. We got articles, kind of. We got original material, sort of. We got a whole other podcast ish. And we got all kinds of good asterisk content for you to check out. It's not just another lame blogger page.
Hell nah. It's one of my favorite sites. I got that shit bookmarked.
Every time I start to write Guns N' Roses, gunsandradio.com pops up in my auto
Oh, yeah.
recommendations.
Thanks, Chrome. You love me.
And we hope it does the same for you because that means we're doing our job right. Thank you for
Yeah.
joining us for this Shotcast Saturday. I'm Dustin Bones.
And I'm Chris Caputo. We will see you on Guns and Radio. Peace.